Mm. Okay, so let me leave you and see. Nope. Uh, what have I done? Not sure. Oh, what's this now? Sound. Oh, can you guys see my chat at least? Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Okay, I removed something from my screen, so I couldn't see anything. I don't till now. So let me just use the chat and then we talk. So this is the MT5 platform, and then what we want to look at basically is how to analyze the charts. Okay, most times once you come to the market, you see something like this. It looks clumsy, but with the right mindset or right knowledge or information, you'll be able to analyze this for it to make meaning to you. Okay, so when we say market structure, that's what we mean. We're trying to say the structure that the market is forming. Okay, so that whenever you see it, you'll be able to know know how to interpret it. Okay, so the first thing we learn in market structure are two words or two concepts called support and resistance. Okay, support and resistance. So write that down. Then also write high and low, highs and lows. So write um support and resistance, what I said first. So write lows and highs. Okay, lows and highs instead of highs and lows. The lows will be in front of the support, and then the high will be with the resistance. Okay, now let me explain what support and resistance are. From this chart that you can see on my screen, you will notice this is the on the left hand side bottom, this is the lowest part you can see, right? But let's ignore that and just come here where it looks like everything oh, I'll tell you why I'm saying we should come here now. Let me draw an horizontal line here. That line looks like it is touching the bottom of the places that these candles are falling to. Okay, so this is one line. Let me draw another one up, and then let's keep that one there. I hope you can see it. Let me take my screen down. Okay, so let's leave those things there now, and then let me now explain what support and resistance are. Support and resistance are price levels where the market got to and then it faced some rejection and went the other direction. Okay, so let me explain it this way. The market price was going up from here, and then it got to this place, it stopped a little, it went and came here, and it came down here, stopped here and went back up here. It stopped and came down here. Let's assume um around the region, then went gradually went back to that place that it was rejected from before, came down to this point again, went to middle, came down here, came down to this point, down here, and then it's going back again, most likely to this point, or if it comes down to this point. Now, support is the who is writing? John the Beloved, what are you doing? I can see your things here. stop touching your screen. It's appearing on my yes, on my screen. Okay, so let me explain this here. So now support and resistance are price levels. Okay. Now support will now be the low. Let me explain. Okay, I've explained price levels. I say support and resistance are price levels where market price got to, and then it's experienced a rejection and went the other way. Okay, so in this case, price came here, it was rejected, it went up. It came here, it was rejected, and it went down. He's saying he cannot hear me, and then why can't he hear me? Somebody go to WhatsApp and go and tell that guy what to do. He should click on his microphone. That's the reason he cannot hear me. He just give like he should do. Mm. Okay, so mm, price got to those levels and then was rejected. It went those ways. Okay, so let me explain what highs and lows are now. Look at the price charts on the right side of the screen. I told you that these are all price levels, okay? These are all price levels listed here. And I told you that this price here is for the quote currency. And then the quote currency I told you is the last currency that is written in the amongst the pair. So in this case, you can see GBP JPY. JPY is the last, okay, that was written. So what you have here is different price level quoted in JPY, okay, in Japanese yen. Now, what it means is at this point, at the moment, the price is market price is 188.193. It means that that's how much Japanese yen you used to buy one GBP, one Great Britain pound. Okay, so that's what this tells you. Now, price is moving to certain levels. When price came here, this is a high. The price level here is 188.904. That's high. That's like the highest point price has gotten to in recent time. Okay. So 188,904. That's a high point. That's higher than any other price level down. Okay, below it. Now, when price got there, it was rejected and it came down to around this region. Okay. Before it went back up there again and it was rejected, it came down here again. So the highest point that the price gets to per time is called a high. Okay, and then the lowest point is called a low. So this can be called a low. Let me put sorry. I'm coming on shapes rectangle. Okay, so this can be called a low. Properties of that. Um, you can see the place I marked, right? You can see, let me know. Let me try to. Can you see the place I marked? Place I marked red. So this area can be called a low, and this area can be called this area can be called a high. Okay, and then looking for a shortcut to have all these things on my screen. So I just go and pick it as against going up and down, looking for it. So these areas up can be called high, okay? So this is a high, this is a low, and then you can see other lows here, okay? Now, the highs are what we call resistance, okay? And then the lows are what we call support. Do you get that? If you get that, let me know. Do you understand my point?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, so the high, uh, sorry, mute your mic, please. Cannot be on the road at this time. Abi, is fancy. Um, so the highs are what we call uh resistance, and then the lows are what we call support. Okay, let me draw one more. The lows are what we call support. So let me just put another one here. Oh, da, 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 da. Let me just put this is support, okay, around this region. Okay, so we can just make it bigger. Now, there's something I must tell you about support and resistance. It is not a line, it is a zone, okay? It's a zone. So all these zone where market price got to and stopped can be considered a support zone, okay? So some people would draw lines. It's not a line, it's a zone. So anytime price gets there, you can see that how many times now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Price has gotten to this place. It didn't break it. It has gone back. So this is a support, okay? This is what we call support. And then this is what we call, the top part is what we call resistance, okay? So it's a zone and then not a line. So in this zone, there are different price levels. So it's a price range, you understand, from, let me say, let me use this thing to show you. So we have from 187.405 to 187.157. Are you guys following me?
Yes, sir.
You know, the man you guys went to tell how to um unmute his or to open his microphone as is yet to open it up. Okay, so that's that about support and resistance. So that just allows you know what we mean when we say support and resistance. So whenever you hear someone say support, what it means is the load, okay, the lowest point in the area that is pointing out, okay? So lowest point at that time, okay? And then when it says resistance, it's talking about the highest point at those times, okay? Now, there are different types of support, okay? There are different types of support and resistance. Yeah, let me categorize them into three types of support and resistance. We have number one, horizontal support and resistance. So please write that down. Horizontal support and resistance. Number two, we have what we call uh diagonal support and resistance. Diagonal support and resistance. And number three, we have what we call dynamic support and resistance. Okay, so in the course of our learning, you're going to be seeing a lot of all of them: horizontal support and resistance, the diagonal, and then dynamic. You're going to see all of them in play at the course of our analysis. Okay, so first one, horizontal support and resistance, is support and resistance that is drawn with the use of horizontal lines like the one I just did now. So I put a straight horizontal line around this place and I call this support. So you can see this is support, and then the top part here is resistance. Let me take this out. Hold on, 1 minute. Let me take this out and make this wider. Okay, so we call the zone up resistance, and then we call the zone down support. Okay, you can see these horizontal lines, horizontal, like straight horizontal lines. This thing now has formed a channel. Okay, what we call a channel. In this channel, there are people who would have seen it from earlier, from this point where it made this one, and all they would have done is when price came here, they will buy, they'll sell from this point down. When they buy, they'll take profit somewhere up here. They'll sell from this point down. They'll buy again anywhere here, and then buy again like that. Buy here and like that. So it's a zone, support and resistance. People can trade that. Okay. Now that's horizontal support and resistance. Diagonal support and resistance are support and resistance that is drawn using diagonal lines, or what we call trend lines. Okay. The next thing I'm going to be talking about now is trend after this. So using trend line, let me show you what trend line is. Okay. I need to leave here. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Here's the JPY. Okay, GPUSD. Here's the JPY. Looks better. Okay, so in this case, if you can see my screen, you will see that there's a line on this screen. My internet is disturbing. Can you people hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can see a line that is not an horizontal line, but you can see line here now, right? Now, this is what we call a diagonal support and resistance line. Okay, let me take it well. So I'm drawing this line to touch different lows. Okay, when I explained highs and lows, this is a low now, Shay. From what you can see here, let me remove this MACD delete indicator. Okay, and then let me close this up. Okay, good. So now this is a support level. This is a low. Price was here. This is a high, and then this is a low. Price got here. This is also a low. This is a low, and this is a low, like that. Price got to these points here. Okay, and then it is not. If you want to put the other one I showed you horizontal, this is what you put here, like that. These lines, okay, because at this point it is flat here. Okay, so you can use that at this point. But here you can see that the market is moving. So horizontal and diagonal support and resistance are support and resistance when a trend is moving. Okay, when the market is moving towards either the upward or downward direction, that's when you use diagonal support and resistance. So with the use of trend lines, now you can see this is a support, this is a support, this is a support, but there's one here that is lower. But you can just take it. Let's just take it. Let's just take it to touch here. Okay, so we use this as the support here. It just broke it small, like a false break, and came back up and went here again. It touched that line, came. It broke it here, and then it's still under it. It has not broken above it. Okay, let's start to confirm that okay, it's going up. So this can be a support line. Then you put another one for resistance. So if you do the same thing for the top side, it can be called a resistance. So let's look at high levels here. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, so if we draw this to be a resistance, okay, we draw this, we call it a resistance here. So this was a high, and then it came here. This is another high, and price came here. You draw this line, as price keeps going, it will most likely go and test there. Okay, now that's what they call diagonal support and resistance when the market is moving towards the upward or downward direction. Okay, so you can take that. Let me see if I can find another chart. Let me see something here. Okay, good. Is a perfect example here. Now, I've drawn some lines here before. Let me edit them. Okay, let me just put. Now, take notes. This is a support. This is a support like that. We put that one. If I want to now show you resistance or highs, resistance will now be towards all these highs. You can see how price, whenever price gets to those points, it is just getting there and bouncing back. Okay, so this is also a channel, but the thing about this channel is that it is going up, up, up. So you can see how price is respecting it, okay? Like that. This is a diagonal line. If you draw this thing early, you can trade it. Price comes here, it comes down. When you are seeing that, okay, the price is rejecting at this point, you buy and follow it up like that. Till it gets here, you understand, you sell down. It broke here, you understand? It went back inside again and touched that same line. It came down, came there again, rejected it, came down and broke below. Okay, so it looks like a new channel is forming under. Okay, where this previous support is now the resistance line here. So you can see that there are resistance line that forming here. Then there is a new support. Okay, this resistance here now was previous support at this backside. Okay, it's now a resistance line here, which has held twice. Market came here, came down here, like that. It came here. This is a false break, like that. Afterwards, it broke, came back up, and has gone to this line. It has come back down here again to break outside. If it continues downward, then we can say, okay, that has led. But if it goes back inside, you can now say that there is a support level here that is holding, and then in the channel, price can go back up higher again, or maybe move downwards. Okay, this is just the beginning of introducing you to market structure. Okay, I'm just doing all of these things to show you uh to explain the structure of the market. So most times when you come, your eyes should be able to identify this. When you look at it, because of this line I've drawn, let me make this chart a little bit easy to look at. And let me remove all those grid lines. Because of these things I've drawn, when you look at the chart, it's easy for you to just say what's happening and then just understand to say, okay, price may go to this point, you understand, and then come back. Price may get to so point. So at this point where you are seeing price going up from all these points here, your mind knows that, okay, I can buy. If I buy, say, I will wait. Price may come towards the line, you understand? Price may come towards this resistance point up there, you understand, before it goes down. Are you guys following me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's the first thing we would mention here. Let me go back a bit. I told you guys in those videos I shared with you, I taught you guys three types of analysis, right? I said there is uh technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and then sentimental analysis. And I mentioned that the three of them are very important. Okay, and then no one should be treated uh more important than the rest. Now, after saying that, I need you guys to note something that most of the analysis we will do most times will be with technical analysis, okay? But or most of the times when people do analysis, they do technical analysis mostly. But I want to introduce another kind of analysis to you guys that incorporates uh all of them. So it's a multi-dimensional kind of analysis where you're not just doing technical analysis. Because whenever price is moving towards a direction, there's always a correction that happens to that price. I will say something now. I'll move to trends now, start teaching trend. But there's always a correction. Let me just say these things. Assume that you can understand me. There's always a correction to price, okay? That is induced by either that's induced by either fundamental analysis or sentimental analysis, okay? And not just basically technical analysis. Technically, people would mark charts like I'm marking here now. And then for some reason, one day something will just happen. And most times it is fundamental analysis. Central bank governors, somebody will announce something will happen somewhere, one natural disaster, and something will just happen, and then price just starts correcting. You understand? It just starts going the other way. You understand, from where it has been going before. So it's important to note that the model or the style of analysis I want us to do, it's a multi-dimensional kind of analysis where we're putting everything into consideration every day, you understand, so that you are trading smartly and then not just doing technical analysis that may now fail you, you understand, sometime. That said, let's now move to trend, okay? Trend. There is a rule called the golden rule in Forex. The golden rule states that the trend is your friend. That may not be the golden rule. The golden rule will mean follow the trend, okay? Follow the trend. But before they say follow the trend, they will always say that the trend is your friend. So follow the trend, okay? Follow the trend. So what is a trend? What is a trend? Just like the word trend will now mean when they say something is trending, it means that that thing is in everybody's mouth. Okay, that thing is reigning. In Forex, usually, you know that price moves only two ways. It's either it's going up or it's going down. It's either price is going up or price is coming down. Two things we do in the market, it's either we are buying or selling. We buy when price is down, we know that price is going up. And then we sell when price is going down. Okay, so when price starts going up, 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 up for a while, we say that the market is trending upwards. So when I mentioned buy the other day, I asked you guys what other term could be used in Forex vocabulary, and then you people said bullish. So you can see the market is trending in a bullish direction, okay? That's when price is going up, up. Let me show you that. Let me come to GBP, JPY. Let's see if that will show me something I want to see. Nope. Let me go to H4. Good. So from H4, you can see that the market from this down point has been going up. Okay, so this is a trend. The market is trending upwards. So what a trend will mean is that it is the direction with which the market is going. So there are three types of trend, or let me say there are three ways we look at trend. First is it could be an upward trend. Second, it could be a downward trend. And thirdly, the market can be ranging. Okay, meaning it is not going up or down. It's just playing around one place. Okay, all of this you understand later on when we start discussing what sentimental or other, when we start discussing analysis in depthly, you will see what price is doing at that time. So price is consolidating when the market is not going any direction. So here you can see, if I use the trend line, you will see that the market price is short line. Sorry. If you see that the market is trending upwards, okay, from this point, you can see the market is trending upwards. You put that, let me just put that there, okay. Now, upwards. So now, how do you know that the market is trending upwards? It will make what we call higher highs and higher lows. Higher highs and higher lows. Let me explain. I have told you what high is and what low is. So when I say higher high, I mean a high that is higher than the previous high. And if I say higher low, I mean a low that is higher than the previous low. So here, we can call this place a low. Let me put a chart. Sorry. So this is a low. Okay. Please do well to come back once this time expires, okay? Do well to connect back to class. This is a low, right? I need some reactions. That's a low, right?
Yes, that's a low.
This is another low, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, let's go and look at the highs. So, this is a high. The class from today will get interesting because it will be making more sense when you're looking at the market now. This is a high. And then oh, I didn't get that. Well, insert objects. Tomorrow. Oh, let me just quickly just move. This is a high. There's another one around here. I just want to show you some things, okay? So let's call this another high. Now, this is a high. And then you can now see that market came to this low or to this low, came to this low here. And then moved and passed this high and formed another high here. So the high here before market came down is higher than this high. So we call this a higher high. And it came here to form this low, but this low is higher than this low. So this is a higher low. Before it moved up and formed this high, which is higher than this other one. So this is a higher high, okay, that is higher than this high. Then this is a higher low because this low is lower than this low, okay? Then it came up and formed another high around here. And then this can be the next low, okay, around here. So this time you can safely say that the market is trending upwards, okay? So in the rule of Forex, please don't forget, the trend is your friend. Follow the trend. Write it down in bold. Follow the trend. It is always safer to follow the direction of the trend. You can enter a trade and go and sleep when you are following the trend because you know that any other thing that is playing, the market doesn't move straight line. It goes up, comes down, goes on like zigzag, zigzag, but eventually you will see it still going in the direction of the trend. Okay? You see it going in the direction of the trend. So that's for this is for a buy trend. Now, for a sell trend or a downward trend, okay, how you know? Just look once you look at your chart, you see where the price is going. There's no magic around it. Just look at your chart. Just zoom out a lot so that you see the chart. Once you see the chart, you will know where price is going, either up or down. Okay. For a downward trend, let me look for any chart that is going in a way that I can now I can use that as an example. Let me see USD. Okay, does this work? No. Let me see. Nope. Another one. Let me use. I can't find. I'm trying to look for a good example to show a downward trend. Okay. Let me use